I got into recovery because people started questioning the way I was behaving, and I thought I was behaving quite well and behaving the only way that I knew how. I had two small children, and I thought I looked after them as well as I could. However, my partner at the time, who I thought drank quite a lot, started telling me that I was drinking too much and that I was not being a good mother. And that hit me because I saw myself as a good mother. That was my major role in life. And so for someone that I didn't really respect to then turn around and say that I wasn't being a good mother because the amount of alcohol I was drinking got through some, it hit me in some way. So through that particular circumstance, I was introduced to other people that had gone into recovery for their own problems, and I started to talk to people and hear other people's stories, that there was a life without the kind of behaviours that I'd been undertaking, and those behaviours were putting myself at risk, my children at risk. I wasn't actually, I indulged in a lot of self-destructive behaviour, in a lot of avoidance behaviour. There were things that I knew I felt wrong, but I didn't know why I felt wrong. And I had not found anyone that resonated with me throughout my whole life with me. I hadn't found a teacher, a psychologist, a friend, nobody that could actually give me any answers as to why I felt the way I did and why I needed these escape behaviours. For me it was primarily eating, but then overeating, compulsive overeating, and starving myself. I had some control over my environment doing those sorts of things. But as soon as I came into recovery and I met other people in recovery that had found a way out of that it was just a nightmare, really. Every day I woke up and I just felt the world was blurry to me. I was in focus, but everyone else was blurry. When I came into recovery, I met other people that were in focus like me, which meant that I could relate to what they were saying. I could relate to the way they were solving problems and the way they felt about their problems, which was the main thing. My feelings, I felt, were not acceptable, and I felt that I was a really odd person. I was wrong. I was faulty. So once I got into recovery and started talking to other recovering people, I began to find hope that there was a way of living that was different to everything that I've ever done before, and that was in line with, I guess, my truth for me, which meant being a morally and a conscientious, upstanding person, but then also not going along with society just because it was society's rules. I had a very deep sense of loyalty to myself and to doing the right thing, but I hated myself because I was never doing the right thing, trying to chase some kind of peace or I guess some kind of happiness. I could not find where happiness was because I had so much emotional pain and so much build-up of faulty belief systems about what I needed to do to make me happy. And in the end I realised, well, not in the end, part of my journey has been to realise that the way I feel about myself comes from the way I think about myself and my thoughts, and getting into recovery has actually helped me to realise that I was basing my self-belief and my self-esteem on what other people thought of me, and that's why I needed the escape and the avoidance of the unhealthy behaviours. I'm now in the process. I've been in recovery for about 4.5 years now, and I'm in the process of each day and each issue that comes up for me, I'm learning to confront it instead of run away and hide from it and hope it goes away. And that's giving me the freedom and the peace that I never thought would be available to me. I thought I was someone born without the ability to find happiness in this world. And once I've started changing my thinking, my ideas, the people that surround me, the environments that I put myself into, and the work that I do, the thoughts that I entertain in my head can give me the freedom. It can give me the heaven or hell. And for me, recovery is being in recovery and doing what's suggested in recovery is the way that I find heaven in my life. Thanks.